1. All right, everybody, we're back with a small little Resident Evil 2 block here. We got Snake SOCOM running Resident Evil 2 2019 Claire B Standard 120. Take it away, my friend.
Hello everyone, welcome to Resident Evil 2. I will be doing the Claire B scenario. Interesting fact, this one's a little shorter, but also a little harder because the DA, which stands for difficulty adjustment, starts at a higher lowest, if that makes sense. But I'm not going to talk too much because I'll probably bore you guys. So I'm going to give you a 3-second countdown and then we can start the timer. So on 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck, dude. So what does 120 and mean in this run?
So that's the frame rate that it's capped at. And the reason why we have a capped frame rate is knife is tied to frame rate, is how much it damages. So you can imagine the difference between like 60 FPS and 120 FPS is really different. That's why like 60 FPS we pick up a lot of like the spark shot and stuff like that. Whereas on here we don't need to because the knife does most of the boss damage for us, and you'll see that a lot coming into it. So on the B side, we basically start at the RPD, whereas on the A side, you run through the streets to get here. And we have to deal with something called Courtyard, which is a big reset section at the start of the game, because there's a lot of zombies. Luckily, there is a marathon safe strat where you have a backup strat. I'm hoping I don't have to use it, but if I do, it is what it is, right? Could be okay. Yeah, there we go. So I used a lot of bullets there, which is not fun. It's because I missed 2 shots on the zombie on the stairs. My aim clearly not right on a Sunday afternoon yet. But it's cool. It's cool. So what can happen there is you can just have a massive pile up right in the entranceway, and yeah, it's either reset or take damage. If you're going for like really good times, it's like you want to get through that without losing like 5 seconds off the bat. Because like the marathon safe strat for that is basically we turn our back, let them bite us on the back, because it's a slower animation taking like a back bite than it is a front bite. You're going to see a cool strat in a minute, which is where I put Claire on caution. The reason we do it is because Claire runs faster in caution. Same way as Jill does in RE3 Remake as well. So it's something that's just seems to happen with the RE engine, that the females move quicker in caution state. There we go. And we like to do it as earliest convenience as possible without losing too much time. And that is the area where we do it on B side.
Did you explain aiming up, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Going upstairs.
Oh, yeah. So that's what we call stair skating. Basically, aiming cancels like a running animation when going up the stairs. So it's just quicker to go. It makes it quicker to go up the stairs, basically. One of the big differences here as well on B side is Mr. X, who he spawns in RPD Section 2 in the A side. He's here from the beginning. And you can probably hear his footsteps behind me right now. we shoot there to try and nip this zombie. Doesn't always work, so I always give a little pause, but it did work that time, which is... And it's the same way we use like aim for turning as well. So it's like here, I'll demonstrate here. So I aim and press A, and it will turn you the way you want to go. Really
Are the
nice.
puzzles like the same exact solution every single time?
Same solution, but how many turns it is RNG. So they're like starting positions. So I got really nice RNG there, which was kind of nice for a marathon. But we'll see what the next one brings.
Is run like super RNG, and there's like a lot of like variances about like how how fast something could be.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So that one was like 4 turns, and then that one was like 3. But you can get like 1-1-1 sometimes if you're really lucky. And you can just get like RNG all over the place, like zombie positions. Yes, it can be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it must be wild when you're grinding this category a lot, when you're just praying for good RNG, and then the game doesn't give it to you, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, definitely. Like one of the key things as well is like you just seen with the puzzle there, and you can sort of, if you've done it enough, like the game enough, you sort of know when the right what the one before the right one is, so you know where to go down or up. Like, so I always know. I don't know them all because my brain's not that not clever enough, basically.
It seems really hard to remember which one's up, which one's down, and like how far away they are from each other.
But I know on the lion one is that basically there's like a rectangular block symbol, and after that is the flying bird, which is what I need. So I know that much. But yeah, it can be, some people just know, and there is some sort of, I've seen some certain people like pause just before it and try and like squint their eye and look at what the first one is before they get to the puzzle, so they know what's coming up.
I mean, pause the in-game timer though, so it's good for this game. Oh man.
And there you go.
Oh wow.
There's the first boss, and that's what I mean by the 120 FPS. It's like that's what just makes these boss fights super cheesed by the night.
So is what's happening like you're hitting the boss 3 times in a row because it's like 3 different hitboxes that are swiping.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so like one swipe is actually 3 hits.
That's ridiculous. Oh my god. I remember playing this game. It's like, oh no, the knife is like you don't have it forever, and then you play it, you see the speed run, and you're like, oh, wait, this weapon is broken.
Yeah, literally.
It changes like the way that you do boss fights and the just basically just FPS categories, right? Like you need to have separate categories for.
Oh yeah.
Kind of stuff. People can't run 120 FPS, right? And people can run like 60 FPS.
So I will explain a little bit about DA as well, because I haven't really gone into it yet. But basically, DA stands for difficulty adjustment. They go up and down as you like do certain actions, like picking up a heal, picking up ammo, shooting, taking bites. So we want to keep it as low as possible. So you will potentially, if nothing bad happens, see me take damage on purpose again.
So the game's rewarding you for it feels bad, right? It's like, oh, you're playing really bad, so Let's make the game
We're
a
gonna
little
be
easier
nice.
for you, right? You do a little more damage here and there, right?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Built-in difficulty adjustments, great.
We will not be doing said de-aiming it now. And that's why I said if everything goes smoothly, which it did not.
It's how the game be sometimes. It's like one of those runs where it's like you just gotta pray for good RNG. When you're in a
Yeah.
marathon, so most of the time when I run into the marathon, it's always like, well, of course it happens here.
Yeah, I
Of
was gonna
course.
say I've been practicing this game all week, and that has not happened once.
Of course, of course. It's been that I've heard that so many times during this whole entire marathon. It's because it's like I feel like games just know like when you're doing something that's not just like just casual speed runs or PB attempts or something like that. It's like
Yeah, absolutely.
it's actually insane to think about.
And something I just did there, which was force the heart key into the first slot. This makes it easier to like use items. So I know it's the next item I'm going to use, so I can just do that. And well, like you say, yeah, things have happened that have never happened before. Like I've never seen the Fury send me off the edge.
Yeah, shooting backwards, exactly. Like I've never seen that before. I've played that game so many times. I've never seen it. Of course, it happens during a marathon run because marathon runs always have something really funny or funky that happens. It's really funny. It's just like how it works.
So what I'll do is I'll open the locker there because we're going to come back and need the flash grenade out of it. But I haven't got the room for it now. But because we come back this way, I'll pick it up on basically the exit from RPD.
So damage management is like a really big thing about this run, right? Since you're always in danger or caution.
Yeah, yeah, and that was not very nice. That was very scary. Yeah,
That was
so
very
yeah,
close.
that's like what makes the game like specifically harder as Claire anyway, is because we want to be moving as fast as possible. We're always on the edge of like being on danger.
That setup's always wild to watch. It's like
Yeah,
it's so scary watching it from someone who doesn't speed the game. It's like, is it gonna mess up? And I swear I've never seen anybody mess it up because it's super consistent.
yeah, it's one of those dodges that you can mess it up so much when you're learning it, but once you learn it and you go, oh, that's how you do it, it's like, oh yeah, that's easy.
Second nature. Like you probably just have it built into your muscle memory after doing so many runs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then you're going to see some more like item management. So I delete that, put that there, and then put that there.
And the time during your menu is counting towards the in-game timer, right? It's only when you're paused or in a cutscene, right? When it's not when it's happening.
That was not good. So now I'm on danger. Oh god, I could die here. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's the run sometimes, bad locations can just mess you up. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Sorry. It does set you back a little bit, but not too much. So I'll explain this dodge a bit more though. So I basically look for this crack in the hole, like the wall, and I aim at it, and then I turn, and then like that.
That's crazy. It must be the most consistent setup ever. Like I said, I've always seen runners just land it every single time.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just like once you know where to stand, it's like. But the weird thing is, a lot of people find different. There's a few setups you can stand right up against the helicopter and dodge it as well, but I don't find it consistent for me. So there's still like, even though it's super consistent, there are variations.
It's just whatever's comfortable for the runner, right? There's options.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. Right, let's try again.
Rage.
This time we're just gonna go around that side. I'm not risking it.
Understandably so. This very
And of course he's over there this time.
Yeah. when you're not in danger of dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is that shot just to bait out those zombies right there, wake them up a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the shot on the floor draws the zombies towards the gunshot rather than me. And I always shake the camera just in case she does decide to come here, because for some reason, I don't know if it's placebo or the fact that it just works. Like, a lot of runners do it. Personally, I do feel like it's placebo, but...
Hey, but like, why not? You know, you're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
Might as well.
You'll see me do a lot of aim falling into like inputs as well. It just gets us to the input quicker. So like this.
Just simple puzzles here and there, just to chill out a little bit before the storm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how is Mr. X consistent this whole entire run where he's gonna spawn in?
No, he's. I always pause buffer here to see where the zombie is, and that's exactly why.
That's insane. He could be like not even close to that.
Yeah. There is like a specific strat that can make it consistent, so he's like not in the way. Like basically what you do is you lure a lunge as you're coming into the door to the clock tower, and that way he's like nowhere near you. But
That sounds really risky.
Get it. Yeah, it can be risky. Like if you're slightly too wide, he'll just bite you, and then you're on danger. And it's like, yeah, I should have just done the safer way. But yeah, like I say, Mr. X is like he's not super consistent. I find him really difficult on B side in terms of where he ends up. Because what can happen is he can come in the door to Marvin's office as you are. Let me just do this because I'll confuse myself if I'm talking and I've done it. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah. So he can come in the door as you're coming out of it, and then you have no time to dodge it then, and you're just going to take a hit. So it's... But on A side, there's a nice little manip where, because on A side, you don't go upstairs when we're coming back through the RPD. As you've seen, I just came down. And
Okay, I see.
And basically on like A side, we go upstairs and we can shoot the floor. And that way it manips him to not be close to the door, which makes it semi-consistent, but there's no B-side manip, unfortunately.
So you basically just gotta pray that he doesn't spawn in a weird area sometimes.
Yeah. Like, where he was actually kind of nice. Like, it allows me to do the dodge and then run past him. But that was basically the reason why I got screwed over and he threw me on the floor was execution-based, because basically, like, you want to dodge him, but not dodge him so you go too far back, because you can sort of dodge him and then run like through him. But if you go too far back, he's sort of reanimated, and he just like you're past him, but not past him enough, so he like grabs you and throws you on the floor.
That's wild. He says like he's a gigantic grab box. If you don't dodge, huh? This, all right,
Like
this is the best part of the run.
it's like the chill part of the run. Like
Yeah.
some people say it's boring, but it's nice to just have like a little auto scroller where you're doing nothing, just running forward and.
I mean, like some runs don't even get here, right? So when you get here, you're like, this one, okay, this could be something.
Yeah, absolutely. Something you see me do on the stairs as well is something called the Sherry Shuffle. Because you can't stair skate, we just basically press left and right at the same time, and it makes go up the stairs a little quicker. I'll kind of explain what I mean by the Mr. X thing while I'm with her, but basically it's like you dodge that way and then go like that really quick. But what I did,
I
is
see, like kind of
I
bait him
went
out.
too far.
I see. Okay. So I was about to say this, but like you've probably heard all these voice lines so many times. I remember when I watch streams, you're always like changing the languages because you want to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah. And it seems like a common thing. I didn't do it during this one, but like when he comes to the door, most runners will go, "Door's locked," and it's because they've just heard him say it so many times. They start doing it
I
themselves.
love the way he says it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's great.
I just find because he swears in this, like I find it nice to hear swear words in other languages.
Yeah, it's great. It's pretty. It feels kind of mean because since we understand it, it's like, damn, he's calling Sherry that word. You know, that feels a little bad.
It's like I get to hear what certain like curse words are in Spanish and stuff. It's cool.
You probably learned a lot of languages from running this game, a little bit here and there.
Yeah, but don't ask me to relay anything because I honestly couldn't.
So this position always makes it so you get it on the first like possible frame when he gets over here.
Yeah, basically. And there is an even faster way, but I don't do it because it can be really risky. But basically, what I do is try and stand on this line here that her right foot is on, slightly on the carpet, and then it'll be fine. But I'll explain it really quick. But basically, as he runs past you, you can start moving, and that makes it even quicker. But I've seen people get past the cutscene and then it trigger him grabbing you, even though the cutscene's happened. So yeah, I don't do it.
That's hilarious. That I would be. Imagine losing a PB to that though. That would be infuriating.
Yeah, like that's sort of like world record stuff.
I mean, it's just so optimized at this point. Like all these seconds add up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy. Watching optimized runs in this game is insane because like they probably reset so many times for those runs because it's like there's not that much leeway in this run, huh?
Yeah, and like certain mistakes can just cost so much time. You've seen, like I literally made one mistake. It killed me and cost me like 40 seconds.
It's brutal.
Nice. We just beat the hardest boss in the game, which is that jail cell door. It can be very infuriating.
The door boss.
What I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna take the DA minute here because I want to show it off, but I'll grab a herb so I can heal after because it's kind of cool to show. One thing I also haven't explained, which I'll explain once we get past this bit, is shift boosting. You'll probably see me doing it a lot. I've done it a lot already, but I forgot to mention it. So I'll show you what I mean by it.
intentionally taking that punch so that you're basically just stronger, essentially, and the enemies are weaker.
Yeah, and usually you wouldn't use the cure because you'd be on enough health, but because I took damage, I had to take the herb already. So what you usually do, you probably wouldn't take that DA manip, but because I wanted to show it off, I thought let's do it this way.
How much of a difference does the DA change in the run?
So you start 500, and you end on basically max DA, just because like you think like when you're like slashing the boss fight, your DA is going up by each slash you do.
Okay. And higher DA means you do more damage, right? Or is it the
So
opposite way around? Is it higher DA is good and lower DA is bad? Or is it the opposite way?
it's the opposite way because the higher
Okay.
DA. So basically, it's like the higher the DA goes. So say if you go to like 8 DA, you're basically at that point you're playing on hardcore, even though you're not.
That's funny. So the game's like, okay, you kind of think you're good at this game. All right, let's tone it up a little bit.
It's basically saying, yeah, you should be playing standard, get on hardcore.
That's really cool. I know it started in what RE4. That was the first game that had it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, RE4 was the first one to have it.
Such a cool mechanic.
It's cool, but it's also like, why did you do this, Capcom? Just let me play without it.
let me less be less good at the game. Let me be good at the game in peace.
But
It's an interesting
naturally,
mechanic though.
yeah, it's very interesting. And naturally, my DA is also going to be like 500 lower because I died.
I mean that just means you're gonna do more damage, right? Slightly. Is
Yeah.
it like so each rank you do like how much damage would you say that you do more or take less?
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
Like, do you think you do about 10% more damage on each rank increase or something like that? Is that like
I'm not quite sure, but it does go up. So like, you think like if you get bit by a zombie when you're on like high caution, nearly fine, but not quite fine, usually a bite will still keep you on caution. Once you get to like 8 DA, because obviously on hardcore it's like one bite and you're on danger, so it can be like
okay.
really bad.
So the
And
damage is
you'll
like enough. It's noticeable because of the status changes, right? I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And one of the things you notice as well, if you go into labs on 8DA, you'll notice that there's a difference in enemy behavior. So like on hardcore, zombies double lunge. So they'll lunge, then lunge again. And you notice it like in the labs on standard, and you'll see them start to double lunge, and you're like, oh god, it gives you proper anxiety.
Oh, man, it's like
I,
why the double lunging on standard? I thought I picked the right difficulty.
yeah, exactly. It's crazy. And something that's really crazy, I haven't mentioned this, but crits actually reduce your DA by 10. So that headshot there, rather than you'd think because I've just killed a zombie that it's going to go up, but because I've done a crit, it actually goes down. So,
The game rewards you for getting crits.
yeah.
That's pretty funny. It's like, oh, you
So
got lucky. Nice.
I forgot to mention shift boosting again, so I'll mention it now. Basically, shift boosting, what we do is like after a cutscene, rather than just holding shift and then run, because basically what she does like a little stagger if you do that, but if you hold W then shift, she gets like a little boost, and it just makes things a little faster for you.
I didn't even realize that.
And other Scott, I would, but the Christmas costume on this for some reason, it makes the FPS really tank when you're knifing. Like it'll go down to like 20 FPS. So some mods just do that for some reason. It's very upsetting.
The sewers are probably the most stressful area of the whole run, huh?
Yeah.
I've seen many runs, including and challenge runs, just lose to the sewers. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. G adults, like they're such a cool like new thing that they put in the remake. Because basically in the original it was just one boss. and but in this they add multiple of them and it's such a cool way of doing it, but it's also like why?
yeah, like come on, cut me some slack, you know. Let me get through these sewers without stressing out the whole time. It is very stressful though. It's really cool to see in the when you're playing this game. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, so we're about to get to what we call I call it the G adult pool because there's about 4 of them in this section.
And it's basically just pray.
Yeah, pray.
That's all it really is. I mean, there's ways to like get around them, kind of, but at the end of the day, you're just praying that the game gives you good RNG, right?
Yeah, literally, yeah. Like, I'll say now, like nothing bad has happened on practice, but well, one ended a
It's
PB run here, but so
it is this is a marathon.
yeah,
It's mainly the way backwards that's the worst part, right?
yeah, yeah. And what makes it more difficult on here is this guy. On B side, you get a zombie to add to the equation.
Oh, really? I didn't even know this guy even existed.
Yeah, which yeah makes things very annoying. And now you're gonna see why I grabbed the flash grenade. Basically for this. Just makes him stay asleep, makes this all easy, and we don't have to waste time with him getting in our way.
That's a probably you can probably do in your sleep, right?
Yeah.
And so many times you're just like, it's kind of just like second nature. You're like, you probably didn't even think about anything you did in that section, but like you did it anyways, and you're like, oh yeah, we're out.
The only
All
thing
right.
I need to think about is like remembering to equip the flash grenade because the knife is always like auto equipped for me. So I'm like,
I see.
okay, pick up that flash grenade. Right, I pause buffer here basically to see where the G adult is, so I can see he's here. I don't know where the zombie is though. He's there. Ah, you. I basically got worst RNG, so basically if he does the what we call the big slam, where he's just like he takes forever to do it. So like I didn't get hit by him.
Just thankfully, at least there's an herb right there to counteract that damage.
Yeah.
Like
So
holy
basically
moly.
like I didn't get hit by him, but because I had to wait for him so long, the zombie then caught up to me, so I could do anything. Like and then we get RNG on where he is, and we sort of have to take like a weird movement if he's there. The good thing is, like, there's a trigger. Like, I knew it was going to be there before I even got there. Like, basically, if he's not there, you'll see him at the back with the zombie we actually call MGS fans will like this. We call him Kojima. And I don't know why he's called Kojima.
Do you guys actually call him Kojima? Like all the runners
Yeah,
call him Kojima? That's really
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Okay, it's funny because both of your speedrun worlds collided with that. You're just like, all right. So, what could you explain about coming with this upcoming boss?
This upcoming boss is called G2. It's basically Birking again. But the main point of this is what we're going to do. You'll see me. You do a little bit of damage before, and it skips a whole section. So you'll see I've just equipped the grenade. Basically, what we do is we throw a grenade, and it does like 5% damage, and it basically triggers him breaking this shutter here, like straight away. And then also what we do is you'll see me do this, which is knock the image quality down to 50%. If you have like a really powerful PC, I suppose you wouldn't have to. But I do. It's just so we hold the 120 frames. The one thing that's kind of risky about what I've done is I've got 0 ammo, so...
This fight's so intense. It's so scary. Oh my god. Nice. Oh my god.
That was clenching for me as well, by the way.
I can imagine. Yeah, you were just like, I need to focus. I cannot mess this up. What does he one shot you in that situation with DA7?
Sorry, say that again.
I said, would he have one shot you if he hit you?
Basically, well, if he wouldn't have one-shotted me, but if he grabs me, it's a death, like instant, straight away.
Oh my lord.
Like, but the reason why I clenched a bit is because basically I've got my SRT on, and basically we know that to get him a one shot with the crane, he has to be below 50% health, and my knife had got him down to 50.8. So
Oh my god.
So I was waiting for Claire to reload. At the same time, I was like, right, I need to shoot him.
One time, literally.
Yeah, so yeah, literally now I've got 5 bullets left.
That's insane. Also, it would take 2 trips to beat the boss, right? 2
yeah,
cranes.
it was. Yeah, it would have took 2 cranes.
Right. Out of the scariest section of the game, though.
Yeah,
The sewers and G2.
Yeah, G2 is one of those bosses that he can do so many things. Like, so you see, like how I lured him and he lunged at me. He can also do another one, which is what's called the triple slam, where he'll like slam like try and hit you like 3 times. And obviously, if you're on like really good pace but your PB has got the like lunge in it, you lose 5 seconds like that, and it's nothing you've done wrong. It's just like
not more RNG where it's like, well, that sucks.
yeah.
I can't do anything about that. It's about 5 seconds is actually a lot for this category as well. This is so optimized.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's crazy, man.
Alright, so for the section, it's the part with the wristwatches, right? The little it's the part with the wristwatches, right? With the
Yeah. We're just looking to basically upgrade them.
And I've heard from many runners of this game, the this military guard is like horrendous. This police guard, I think it is.
Well, yeah, this zombie out here.
Yeah, the zombie.
He's got a name by speedrunners, and he's called Curtis. And the reason why he's called that because the world record holder used to be, well, the ex-world record holder was called Curtis, and we basically called him that because we say this zombie can't be beaten.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Yeah, he seems like a really troll zombie because you're coming out of like a doorway. Could be anywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I kind of did the shot to manip him. It didn't quite work, unfortunately. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, though. You try these manips and you just pray.
Yeah, that's what it seems like a lot for this run. It's like you gotta pray and hope that the game says, you know what, I'll throw you a bone.
Yeah, literally. It's scary, man.
I can only imagine the pressure you feel when you're on PB pace in this section. And it's like, game, do not mess with me. I need this.
Yeah, it's it can be very tilting.
Oh yeah, definitely seen a lot of tilts. I can tell because like when it comes to categories where it's optimized or like the times are so close to each other, it's like, let me just get this. I need this. Let me just let me just finish this run without anything going wrong.
Yeah, like just please be nice for once. Like you can be nice on every other run, just not just be nice on this one.
Yeah, exactly. I
So this
remember it took me forever to
like
find that puzzle because of the trophies and stuff.
yeah, so yeah, so I was just about to speak about that puzzle. It looks confusing on the face value, but once you know it, you can just it's just treated like a number pad. So that's like what like I know like the code for it is 20485831. But when you first come to it, you've got all these different symbols, so you're like, what the heck is going on here?
Exactly, yeah. Like I just gotta be like, okay, so there's one that looks like a Tetris block. There's one that looks like a rectangle and a square.
Yeah, it's just once but that one in particular, like a lot of people just get worked up by it because of all these different shapes. But once you just dumb it down and go, okay, it's a number pad, it removes that confusion.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about it as an underpen until you just told me right now. That's pretty funny to think about.
Again, forcing things into like the first slot to get us to equip it quicker, and then we can also use it quicker as well.
These guys are terrifying. They should just one shot you. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, Ivy's a one shot. Or you can use a self defense item, but you can imagine I need my knives. So
Yeah, you need the knives in order to beat the game, essentially.
yeah, it makes things very difficult. So we do that to turn the electrics on. And the one nice thing about B side is we still get lab lickers, but on A side you have to deal with them twice, whereas on B side it's once, and as long as we throw the flash grenade correctly, it's free. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we're running the electricity bill up in the Raccoon City lab.
Who's paying for this? Everyone's dead. Nice.
Oh my god, I got stuck on a door frame, so now I'm on danger. Nice. It's okay. We can get through this.
Is this part scary? Going back in here.
It can be, especially when I'm on danger.
Oh
Oh,
man, I remember playing this part. mortified walking back here. I was like, do not kill me, please.
It might be okay. Yeah, we're fine.
How
Because
much
I'm on
slower does
danger,
Claire run on danger?
quite a lot. So I don't know the exact specifics, but yeah, basically there's an ivory in the corner, and usually you can take this line. But because I'm on danger, I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not risking
You're
that.
just gonna, yeah, exactly. Better play it safe here. It is wild though that Claire runs faster on caution, so you just have to you have to manage your health so much. It's definitely something that's like gonna. It probably trips up a lot of new runners, huh? Like they're always like getting hit, so it's like, oh damn, a lot
It's
slower
one
than
of
this.
my first as someone that's ran this game a lot, one of my first tips for anyone that comes over to Claire is literally just running fine for the first at least until you get to maybe a 56 or something.
Oh yeah,
Because
that makes sense. Yeah.
because you're then gonna have minutes of time saved just by incorporating caution, and it's yeah.
Yeah,
You don't.
you'll get better enough like from playing the game on on normal health, and then eventually you can move on to play on caution.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
very smart.
This is the boss fight that actually changes for B side, because B side has, like I said earlier, a higher lowest DA, so it starts at 5,500, whereas A side starts at 4,000. So basically, what happens is this fight changes. So that's why I've got hand grenades. I wouldn't have these hand grenades on A side. So I'm just going to show you the difference in strat, because basically on A side we would just use the knife and the handgun. That changes here. If it works, well, it's still going to change, but whether it works or not is different, because we have to have the first grenade do the right amount of damage, but also not stagger him. There we go. Nice. Nice.
The funniest part about that fight, by the way, is I'm watching from your feed and watching your DA go up the whole time. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's very interesting to watch that.
It's really sick. Yeah, I was looking at the numbers go up. I'm like, damn, you were right. Your DA is almost exactly like at the highest, which is 9, quad 9, right?
Yeah, so basically what it'd show is it'd show DA rank 9, but DA score 8,999. Mine's lower because I took a few hits here and there.
But DA rank is like the highest as possible is 8.
Yeah,
It's hardcore, right? So right now you're hardcore.
yeah, pretty much. Hardcore without being on hardcore. But yeah, welcome to the first time at a marathon that G3 has gone perfect.
it always goes bad.
Yeah, so that's the first time I've actually managed to get it so I don't have to do a backup sort of thing. But yeah,
Sick.
perfect, which is nice.
Yeah, the one's been pretty nice. The only problem was, Mr. X being a little mean.
Yeah, that was the only bad side.
Yeah, but so far, runs pretty solid.
That and the liquor danger, which was my fault a little bit, because I just got caught on the door frame.
It is also a really just whack section anyway. So taking damage there is kind of just standard if you're in a marathon, honestly.
Yeah.
I've
This is a nice chill out little 20 seconds. Just get to chill, wait for the carnage that's about to happen.
Yep. We're basically preparing for the finale. How's the final boss for Claire B?
Well, we have 2 final bosses on
Oh
Claire
yeah,
B.
true. Yeah, never mind. You're
So
right. Yeah, you're right. The final boss of Claire A on this section is what I mean.
it's basically the same as A. Like, there's no difference.
And the final boss is like not really a boss, right?
Yeah, it's mainly getting your like positions right for where to stand and stuff because it's an insta kill. The one lucky thing about this as well is, as Leon, you have to do a manip here and it can not work. As Claire is literally free. You can just run through.
That's weird. What the hell?
I think because the Ivies are already active as Leon, whereas they have to like stand up for Claire, so maybe they just take their time.
9.5 minutes on that timer though. You gotta get out. This kind of just an auto-explore section, waiting for Sherry to come with you.
Yeah, usually the reason why we've like broke our knives how we have is basically I can't see this other Ivy because of the smoke. There we are. Alright, she's got it, but yeah, basically it didn't quite work because of my low knife health, which can happen on B side. But basically we break all the knives. Usually we'd stun the first Ivy with like the first knife and then it'd be easy and plain sailing. It didn't quite work this time. But basically what we do is we stun the first Ivy so he doesn't get up. And then the last Ivy, we'd just let him grab us and then counter. And then the reason why we do it is then we've only got one knife and it's full health, so then we don't have to mess about with like equipping the right knife and stuff.
That's really smart, actually. I just thought about that. Yeah, you don't want to switch it. There's a reason to switch it, right? When you have one full knife. That's also you just minigun it. That's all you do.
It's going to change in a second. We just have to do the right amount of damage first with the minigun. Where's he gone? One of my knives wasn't clean, because usually he'd stun before he charges at us, like going to this phase. But one of my knives didn't hit, so I had to do this.
That's insane. That's actually insane. Damn, I did not know that. Missing that one knife was that big.
And if you get the right, like, perfect knife hits and stuff, you can actually knife kill him, like, straight away.
That's crazy. Damn. All right, the true final boss.
So hope I get this positioning right because it's memory, but it's also like nope. I missed a few of the night. See, that's why it can happen. It's just like
no. Yeah, it's pretty. That seems really tight.
I just wasn't forward enough. I was in the right position, but I was like back a little bit. So it's risky. That's the problem. Like it's all risk.
Hey, but it looks cool though. It's intense. Praying.
There we go.
Nice. Is it time?
Yeah, that's time.
All right. GG's, dude.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, that was RE2 remake Claire B on standard.
All right, those are really hype run. Anything you got to say?
No, just keep donating to the good cause that this is all for, and also keep watching the good runs because there've been lots of good runs so far, and there's more to come.
For sure. If you guys like felt like we didn't play that much RE2, well, I have some news for you guys. We have some more RE2 coming up. We have Carrigs versus Apache Smash. They're doing Claire hardcore damageless. So stay tuned for that, guys. Shout out to Snake SOCOM for doing this run. It was a blast to watch. And yeah, don't go anywhere.